So as an illumination strategist, my goal then is to bring light to what you may think is a dark situation. Maybe to bring a little bit perspective and transformation to your thought process. And so that's exactly where what I think about when people are coming to me and maybe they do have something negative. When I look at my military career, I talk about jump school. Jump school was a time where really it was very intense. It was very hot. It was very humid. They often would have to hose us down because it was so hot. They didn't want us to have a stroke. But also, in addition to that, the pressure, the harassment that I experienced was also as intense. But I was determined I was going to complete jump school. And one of the things I had to step back, and I wasn't saved at the time. I didn't know the Lord, but I knew enough about him. And I knew enough to say, you know what, that my steps were ordered. And so I began to look around me when that harassment became so strong and so difficult. I remember thinking back, I didn't know what my father did in the military, but I know he did something that was covert because he used to do some weird stuff at the house, and he knew how to pick locks. And he'd walk. I mean, he knew how to do a whole lot of stuff. I was like, oh, he's got some. So you know what? My dad also was an airborne paratrooper.
Okay.
So I told him, I said, I am experiencing so much harassment. These guys are trying to get me in bed. They're telling me if I don't do this, that, and the other, then I'm not going to be able to finish jump school. I don't have time for that. I'm not going to lower myself to that.
Right.
And I told him, honest to goodness, within just a few hours, my dad had driven from North Carolina to Georgia. I don't know who he talked to. I don't know what he said. But from that day forward, that level of harassment stopped. Now, I still had to do my fighting to complete the course, but that level of harassment stopped. But you know what? That also was building stamina in me. Because you know what? Everybody is not going to like you, and everybody's not going to be in your corner, you know, saying, go ahead, go ahead. You know, you're not going to always have that. But you know what? You have it.
Absolutely.
And so the decision started with me. What did I want to do? And I said, you know what? I want to finish jump school. This is something I want to do. I don't quit. I'm not a quitter. I started, and I'm going to finish what I started. And then I started looking around at people that I was like, I said, you know what? They don't even know the relationship with God, or maybe they've never experienced it. And even though I wasn't a Christian myself, I grew up around that. My grandmother would say, and I said, you know what? If they can make it, I can make it. And that became my mantra, really. And I still do that today. I look around, I'm like, you know what? That may be a difficult place, but guess what? Somebody else has survived. And if God be for me, failure is not an option.
Absolutely.
It is not an option.
Absolutely.
And so that's how I really begin to persevere.
Yeah.